2019 Mazda CX5 with the 2.5 non-turbo engine. Today we're going to be replacing the valve cover gasket. Let's get to it. Alright, first step is going to be to remove our engine cover. Just held on with a little suction cup doodads. Move this out of the way. And we can see our coil packs and their connectors. Go ahead and actually these have pretty long harnesses on them. I might get lucky and be able to actually remove these without having to unplug them, and I prefer to do it that way because these connectors can get old and rotted, so I'd like to leave them on if possible. This sensor right here for the camshaft, we're going to go ahead and remove that. That's just a little push down right here and then pull out. Your coil pack bolts are 8 millimeters. Yep, and just pull these out. We don't have to worry about potentially damaging those connectors, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Go ahead and remove this hose right here. Just gotta break this loose a little bit. So I'm gonna grab the hose gently and just give it a little bit of twist to break it loose from the plastic housing of the valve cover. Make sure this, like, we're going to have to continue twisting it while we pull. There it goes. And we can just rotate this out of the way. Go ahead and pull our oil dipstick. Pull these out, and hopefully with a little bit of wiggling we'll be able to get this out without any issues. But other than that, I think this valve cover is ready to come out. And as you can see, we have a leak happening right here, and it's leaking down onto the alternator, and it's caused the alternator to short out. So after I fix this, I'll also be replacing the alternator, and I'll post that video shortly after this one. Alright, start removing this valve cover. 10 millimeter, we're going to start on the inside. To get that back corner one, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw a universal joint on here because the hood crown is in the way. That one came out too. this hose over the top. Let's hold that out of the way. That looks pretty good. We're coming here for a little pry bar. And this is a nice spot right here because there's this little lip sticking out on the top of the head. I'm just going to gently pry that. Yeah, this valve cover gasket is done. That was barely holding anything. Gently pry it up, work your way around. And this is pretty much completely broken loose. Now, this harness is going to end up being an issue because I need to be able to lift straight up on this because of this sensor located right there. So I'm probably going to have to figure out something to do with that harness. It'd be really helpful if that thing stopped popping back in place. And be careful when removing this because it's going to have a bunch of dirt on it. Alright, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right around this bolt hole right here we got a bunch of loose dirt, some sand, things like that. I'm just going to get my shop vac real quick and come in here and vacuum up as much of that stuff as we can. Next, we come in here with our brake clean. With all of this, just a quick spray down, making sure to try to spray away from the inside of the engine. We don't want to push any leftover dirt or anything like that in. Come in here with a rag or a shop towel. And just start working through this. Here with some fresh black RTV. I'm just going to put just a little dip in each one of those sections. So you're going to be applying your RTV. I recommend black RTV, but you can use whatever you got or whatever you're comfortable with. Right here at the front of the timing cover, right here at the rear of the timing cover, and right here and here on both sides of that camshaft lobe. We're going to need to make sure that those sharp corners are sealed off as well. That off. Spray it into the trash can so that way it has a nice area just to dry itself off at. The brake cleaning spray is quick drying, and it does a pretty good job of getting loose debris and things like that off. I'm not trying to detail this or put this valve cover in a car show or anything like that. I just want to make sure it's nice and clean for reinstallation so no dirt drops into the engine. And we have our new gasket here from Kiwi Gaskets. Part number is right here. Leave that up for a second for reference. Pause your video if you want to record that. Press down nice and good. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and reinstall the valve cover. Go ahead and start putting this thing in. And actually, I'm gonna put in this corner first. Line it up with that sensor right in the center. And then come over on this side and gently pulling this thing up out of the way. I'm actually just going to go ahead and remove this thing real quick. I should have done that from the beginning. Hose doodad. There's nothing else in the way. Make sure you put this valve cover back on before that RTV has the opportunity to dry. After putting the RTV down, you've got a good 10 minutes before you need to have this on here, or else the very top layer of that RTV is going to start turning hard like a little skin, and you won't have as much sealant after that. Go ahead and start putting our valve cover bolts back in. Put every single one of these in a few turns before you put any of them down tight. If you put them down tight in the order, whatever you want to do, if you start putting these things down tight without all of them being lined up first, by the magic of the car gods, the last one, I guarantee won't fit. I don't know how it works. It is the will of the car gods. They are in control here. I just try to keep things running. So, heed my warning or don't. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and hand start every single one of these. Because I know better. And with all of them started by hand first, we're going to start right in the center. This one right behind the oil cap. Put that down. And with the 3 center ones down, we can start working our way to the outside edges. Go ahead and put our universal joint back on here for this corner. And there you have it. Go ahead and reinstall everything else in the reverse order. Making sure to put these coil packs straight down once you have them lined up, so you know that they're going right on top of those spark plugs. Open this thing back up with the flathead screwdriver. Go ahead, and it's actually easier to put this on the hose first, and then you can just twist it around and line it up with that little keyway hole. And there you have it. Don't forget to come around this harness and push back all of the little pegs back into their slots. Good to go. And if you're at this step and you've been following along with me, congratulations, you just replaced your own valve cover gasket. If If you want to see more videos like this on this vehicle, go ahead and check out that video next. I made that one just for you. If this video helped you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.